What if I told you some of the world's most fascinating cities were built in places where human life should barely be possible? Cities carved into mountains, buried in deserts, frozen in the Arctic, or balanced on the edge of cliffs, yet millions of people call them home. These places aren't just impressive, they're a testament to human resilience, creativity, and survival against extreme conditions. In this video, we're exploring cities built in the most extreme locations and how they continue to thrive in environments that challenge everything we know about living. La Rinconada, Peru, the highest city on Earth. Sitting at about 5,100 meters above sea level in the Peruvian Andes, La Rinconada is the highest permanent human settlement in the world. The air is so thin that newcomers feel dizzy and exhausted for days. The city sits on a glacier, meaning the ground shifts beneath the buildings. There is no proper sewer system, no running water in most areas, and the roads stay covered in mud and ice most of the year. Despite all of this, over 50,000 people call it home, and the reason is gold. The mountains are packed with gold deposits, and miners come from all over Peru and Bolivia chasing that dream. They work for free for weeks, then get to keep whatever gold they can carry out on one single day. Life is brutal, cold, and completely uncertain, but the dream of gold has kept this city alive and growing for decades. It is one of the most unique and difficult places to live anywhere on the planet. Coober Pedy, Australia, the underground city. In the South Australian desert, where summer temperatures hit 50 degrees Celsius and the landscape looks closer to Mars than Earth, lies Coober Pedy. Most of its residents live underground in homes carved out of sandstone hillsides called dugouts, which stay naturally cool even in the worst summer heat. The town sits on one of the world's largest opal deposits, and that is what brought people here. The underground homes have full kitchens, bedrooms, and living rooms. There are underground churches, underground hotels, and even an underground bar. About 3,500 people live here, and opal mining keeps the town going. It is a place where humans have literally gone underground to survive, and walking through the carved-out tunnels of a dugout home is one of the most surreal experiences you can have anywhere in Australia. Manaus, Brazil, a metropolis in the Amazon. Most people would never expect a major city deep inside the Amazon rainforest, but Manaus has over 2 million people sitting right in the heart of the world's largest jungle. Getting there by land is nearly impossible. Everything from food to cars must arrive by boat or plane, making daily life more expensive than anywhere else in Brazil. The humidity sits at 80 to 90% almost every day. Seasonal flooding swallows entire neighborhoods, forcing residents to travel by boat through normally dry streets. Manaus became a major economic hub during the rubber boom of the late 1800s, and the city still has a grand opera house built right in the middle of the jungle as proof of that wealthy past. Today, it is a thriving, modern, industrial city that somehow manages to function in one of the most remote and challenging environments on Earth, and it stands as one of South America's most remarkable urban stories. Yakutsk, Russia, the coldest city on the planet. Yakutsk is home to nearly 350,000 people and is the coldest city on the planet. Average winter temperatures sit around minus 40 degrees Celsius, and the city swings from minus 50 in winter to plus 38 in summer. Because the entire city is built on permafrost, all buildings stand on stilts to stop the heat from melting the frozen ground below, which would cause them to sink and collapse. Despite the brutal conditions, Yakutsk has universities, theaters, restaurants, and shopping centers. Locals wear layers of fur and reindeer hide, keep heated garages for vehicles, and run outdoor markets in temperatures that would be dangerous for most people. Yakutsk proves that no matter how extreme the conditions, humans can build a fully functioning society. Venice, Italy, a city built on water. Venice is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, but it is also one of the most extreme. Built on 118 small islands in a lagoon in northeastern Italy, the entire city stands on wooden stilts driven into the muddy seabed. There are no roads, only canals and narrow footpaths. Every delivery of food and goods has to come by boat. The city has been slowly sinking for centuries, and rising sea levels make the flooding worse every decade. During high tide events, St. Mark's Square can sit under a meter of water, and residents walk on elevated wooden platforms just to get around. Venice is a stunning example of human engineering and ambition, a city built where no city logically should exist, and one that is now fighting a slow but very real battle against the very water it was built upon. Whether it survives the next 100 years remains one of the world's most pressing questions. Whittier, Alaska, a town inside one building. Whittier, Alaska is surrounded by towering mountains and sits on the edge of a fjord in one of the most remote corners of the United States. Blizzards and avalanche risks make outdoor life dangerous for most of the year. To deal with this, nearly the entire population of about 200 people lives inside one 14-story building called Begich Towers. Inside, you will find apartments, a school, a church, a grocery store, a laundromat, and a police station, all under one roof. Residents can go weeks without stepping outside during the worst winters. The only road connecting Whittier to the outside world is a single-lane tunnel with scheduled opening times. Miss your window and you wait. Whittier shows how a community can survive extreme isolation by simply building their entire world under one roof. Cherrapunji, India, one of the wettest places on Earth. Cherrapunji in northeastern India receives some of the highest rainfall ever recorded on Earth. In a single year, this area can see over 11,000 millimeters of rain. The monsoon season is so intense that hillsides disappear in sheets of water, roads wash away regularly, and communities get completely cut off within hours of a storm starting. Yet people have lived here for centuries and developed remarkable solutions. The most famous are the living root bridges, built by training the roots of rubber fig trees across rivers over decades until they grow into strong, flexible, natural bridges that actually get stronger with every rainfall. It is one of the most beautiful examples of humans not fighting their environment, but working with it in a way that is both practical and extraordinary. These cities prove that no environment is truly impossible when human determination meets innovation. From harsh climates to breathtaking landscapes, they stand as powerful examples of what people can adapt to and overcome. Which of these cities amazed you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories from around the world.